Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 12th of February, and yeah, I'm telling you what, I've been trying to get this review out for a while now, but every time I've tried, it's blooming hurt my hand to do so. So I've just grinned and bared it, because I can't bear to be away from the channel for too long. As you've probably seen as well, I'm starting to ask a few questions on the channel to see where we can go going forward, and the responses are really good, so thanks for joining in on the poll, or polls, as it were. Very much appreciate the feedback on ideas that I'm coming up with and where we go from here, really, which is nice, because I'd like it to be more than just a review channel. I think we need to be more retro and bring you guys a lot more, if I can. Just to sort of jazz it up a bit. I mean, I know that there's a plethora of review channels out there already, and it wowould be nice to do a few extra bits and pieces as well, in my own inevitable style, of course. As you know, I don't do scripts. Part of the reason I don't do scripts is because of my autism. I find it very difficult to read from a piece of paper, and obviously trying to play at the same time as reading a piece of paper just doesn't really work for me. So, and it would sound very robotic if I was reading from a script. So that's the main reason I don't do scripts for the show. I just go with it and wing it most of the time, which is nice. I sort of have ideas as I go along, but you know, what you hear is what you get. It's a very raw reaction, and I'm hoping that's why you guys enjoy the channel. But anyway, we're looking at a game today. It's a homebrew and was released just before Christmas, and it's called TJ's Cavern Capers. If you don't know who TJ is, I'll leave you a link in the description. Go and check out his channel. He's very entertaining, and it's the little chap that's running around the screen right now. Yes, it's based on an actual person, so there you are. Released by Gaz Marshall, so well done to you, young man, or old man, I don't know. Which are you? Are you old or are you young? Are you young at heart? Are you just like me? Are you like me? Are you well, I don't class myself as old. I'm 46 this year. I mean, what is old these days? I certainly don't feel old, apart from my fingers, which remind me on a regular basis at the moment that I am getting older and my body hates me. So there you go. But I tell you, it was judo orientated. It wasn't just, I didn't just break my finger. But yeah, it's been a bit difficult to hold a joypad, so that's kind of why things have been a bit delayed lately. I've maybe tried to do things a bit too soon, but there you go. Anyway, this is a good old-fashioned platform game, and it's one that the Spectrum does incredibly well. And it's got a cracking soundtrack to boot, which is great. So the idea is to run around the caverns and to collect all the flashy things on the screen, which is kind of a bit like Jet Set Willy, isn't it? Which is not a bad thing at all. You've got all these different creatures trying to kill you. Those bats are really annoying, by the way. But it's done really, really well. It's a fun game. It's not an easy game, but it's a fun game. So we'll bring you as much as I can in the usual time frame that we've got for this kind of thing. But graphically, it's really good. I love the cuteness of it. It's really good. Like I said, I will leave you a link to the description of TJ's page. Go and see him and say hi from the Retro Revival Show. Tell him where you've come from, because I did say on his page this review was coming up sooner. So yes, I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear from you. So yeah, the idea is just literally clear the screen of any glowing objects. Don't worry about killing anything, because you can't, but everything can kill you, and it does go out of its way to do so, so just be aware. Anyway, I'm rather enjoying this. It is good. It is very good. It's a fun, good old-fashioned specky platformer, something that we haven't seen really for a while. And you know, it's a screen-by-screen game, and these games do work incredibly well. There is a way around each level, and it's up to you if you find it or go on your own course. But you might find some ways are easier than others. Those bats, I mean, you'd think, looking at it, oh yeah, it's got a generic flight patterns. Well, you know, I thought that as well, and well, I was wrong. So yeah, it just seem to have random flight patterns. But the actual character designs are really nice. You've got those skulls rotating around. You've got whatever that is. It looks like a gingerbread man that's been hit in the face with a shovel, and that whatever that other flying thing is, I don't know. But yes, you can find your way around, and you'll find different ways of escaping the enemies and getting around the screens. And there's quite a lot of screens, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll put a link in the description so you can go and download the game as well, so you can go and actually play this. It's free to download, so go and knock yourselves out. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun with it, because it is a fun game. And the fact it's based on an actual person. I mean, who knows? Was Manic Miner a real person? was, Jet Set Willy. It's Minor Willy. I mean, who I wouldn't admit to having a Minor Willy, but there you go. Yeah, so I don't know. Were they? I mean, I suppose only Matthew Smith would have the answer to that. But it's always interesting to know, isn't it? But this one, definitely based on a real person, and I think that is great. So, yeah, TJ, well done on being involved in a game. I think it's great. So, yeah, it's really nice. So controls are really simple. You've got left and right, and you've got jump, and that's all you need, because up and down does nothing. So, yeah, it's just literally those controls, and works incredibly well. I'm playing this on joystick at the moment, and you can also redefine your keys and all that kind of stuff too, so that's really cool. Always like a bit of options when it comes to gaming. I normally play on joypad when I'm doing these reviews, but sometimes you don't get the opportunity and you have to go by keys, but normally you can redefine them. A redefine option is always nice. How many of you are OPQA space players, by the way? I've always wondered, because sometimes you get the ZX O and K sometimes. I think more, possibly not so much the later games, but the earlier games definitely had the Z and X as up and down. K and M I think was up and down. Z and X for left and right. Space for fire. And I like, for example, when I'm playing Dizzy games, it's Z and X for left and right. Yes, I know I'm breaking my mould a little bit there. Space for jump, and then enter for picking things up, which I think is normally how the game's played anyway. So that was probably a bad example, but that for things that require those kind of combination of keys, that's what I use. Other than that, it's QA, OP, and space, and usually H to pause. So there you go, because H for halt. Yeah, you see, there's a method behind the madness, and yeah, I mean, some of you modern day gamers may want to use WAS and D. Yes, because that is your, shall we call that a MMO setup? Yes. Oh dear, it's game over again. Let's just carry on, because it's good fun. It's a good fun game, and you've got high scores. So there's your multiplayer option. Try and beat your friends' scores. Yes. Have a load of you round, and up the challenge. And I'm only talking to you 18-year-old pluses here. Get yourselves absolutely tanked up with a good load of grog, and then try and beat each other's scores. I'm going to die because I can't get past that. Never mind. But I really, really love this game. It's great fun. And fun is the key element, of course, to any game. If you're not enjoying a game, don't bloody play it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be coming away all moody and horrible because you've played a shite game. That's what the review's all about, really. But you know what? Tastes are so different. I might like a game, you might load it up and hate it. So, I can only give you the plus points, the negatives, and everything else that goes along with it. You can make your own mind up when you go to play. That is what makes us different. That is why God gave us different brains with different tastes. I'm not saying everyone's got tasty brains, because that's just weird, and that would be a completely different genre altogether. But there we are. So yeah, the idea is, like I said, to clear the screen, and it's really nice. The music on this is really, really cool. It reminds me of things like the Codemasters games, like Quick Snacks Dizzy, and that kind of thing. It's got that sort of jolly bounce to it, which, it doesn't get irritating. It actually adds to the game's atmosphere, and that's really, really good. So I'm a happy bunny playing this. Pain in my finger is secondary to this, because this is helping me forget it a little bit. Those bats are really bloody frustrating though, by the way. So yeah, so if the developer is on this page looking at this video review, just let me know, is that intended? Are the bats meant to be this bloody hard? Is the game like, I mean, it's certainly a challenge, and it never seems to be the same game twice. That's probably just the way I'm playing it, but yeah, you've just got to constantly keep an eye out on what's going on your screen, and well, that's what makes it a challenge, folks. That's what makes it a challenge. Bat's coming underneath now, so I'm going to try and escape him, and I'm trying to work out what that other thing is that's floating around the screen. It's like a Space Invaders alien, but not, if that makes sense, which it probably doesn't, because hey. Anyway, playability, it is such a good game, and the playability factor is very, very high, which also goes hand in hand with the replay factor, because for you completionists out there, I'm sure you're going to be wanting to pick up this game, play it to death, and finish it. And I wouldn't blame you. And hopefully you'll have a lot more time than I do to be able to persevere and actually do it. I've got some nice walkthroughs coming up soon. Simon the Sorcerer on the Amiga, and also Discworld on the PS1, which has had some nice feedback. So thank you very much for you taking the time out to click on the yes or no on the poll options, and also look for some music demos and stuff coming as well. Whether or not you'd like a talk over with those, I don't think so, because it's kind of ruins the atmosphere. So what I'll do is I'll put up like an info bite type video. So you'll have little bites of information come up on the screen rather than me talking through it, because quite honestly, demos need to be seen and for me not to be heard, I think. I'll leave it in your hands. I would like to have some feedback. Do you want me to waffle over the top of demos, or do you just want to watch them? Because, there's quite a lot of them out there. Maybe we could have a vote and see which demos you'd actually like to see. I mean, I'm thinking already Jesus on Ease and Nine Fingers, which, if you've not seen those, probably sound really, really weird, but they're actually some of the top Amiga demos ever made. So there's also a demo scene on the Amiga, on the Commodore 64 and the Spectrum and Amstrad, I do believe. I can have a look into that as well. But it won't be the main curse of the channel. It'll just break things up every now and again a bit nicely. Also, I'm going to be looking at doing a cheat zone, perhaps, maybe based on the games that I've reviewed in the week. We look at what cheats will work if you need them, that kind of thing. Let me know. Because like I said, I'd like to broaden the channel out a bit more and give you guys a bit more content, or a bit different content than just reviews. But if you're happy with reviews, then, you're in the right place. But if you want a bit of variety as well, you're also in the right place. So, if you've got any other things you'd like to see come to the channel, let me know. And I'd be more than happy to review it and check it out, see if it's worth adding to the channel as a feature. So there you go. Dungeon of Drax also has returned recently, and there will be more victims fed into its maw. Very, very shortly. So if you've got any games that you've hated over the years, let me know. Obviously, it needs to be within the confines of retro, and then we will play, and I will then dump it into the into the pits of hell, literally, never to be heard or seen from again on this channel. And that, my friends, is a promise. So there you go. So there's some features there coming up, and I would love some feedback on that, because poll only tells me that you'd like to see it. I need to see. I'd like to get some info on what you'd like to see now. Did you have a favourite demo on the Amiga, for example? Have you seen some... Oh, loading screens, that's another thing. Maybe I'd do a slideshow of loading screens. I'm absolutely getting worse at this game, but never mind. There you go, there's all your options there. Quite a lot there. We're going to redefine now, just so you can see. It doesn't tell you what you've actually hit there, though, does it? Sometimes it shows you the keys you've just pushed, just so you know you've got them in the right order. Because sometimes it says... sometimes it comes up with right first, which is a weird one, because normally it's left and right, and then jump. Sometimes it's right, left, jump, and you always put O as right, and then P as left, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But yeah, I would... I'm really, really pleased to see that people are commenting on videos as well. Great to hear from you guys. And yeah, go over to the Dusty Joypad as well. He's just come back to his channel from a bit of a hiatus, so it'd be nice for you guys to go and give him some support as well. And at some point soon, I do believe that me and the good gentleman over there are going to be doing some sort of collaboration in the future. The high score challenges are also going to be coming back at some point soon, and I will be challenging you again. And please look out for the other challenge videos, because I think we've had two so far. I think one was in the Christmas special, or was it the... Yeah, I'm sure it was the Christmas special. And then we've got, obviously, we had another one. And all the games that I'm going to be doing high score challenges with will be completely downloadable or easily obtainable. And we'll go from there. But that's another thing which I had great fun with doing, so hopefully you guys will join in with that. So I look forward to that, and I really look forward to your input, because you guys are really good at giving me feedback. So yeah, keep it coming, guys, keep it coming. So that's about it from me, I think. I will be back very soon with another review on the PlayStation next time, actually. It's going to be Pocket Fighters, which is basically Street Fighter 2, but bite-sized. It's very cute. But that's coming, hopefully, tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. That will be coming probably Monday, Valentine's Day. What a great thing to show, beating the hell out of your friends. Yes, on Valentine's Day. Because nothing says I love you more than a Hadouken to the face. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll catch you next time. You guys keep it retro. And welcome to the channel, all of you new subscribers. Great to have you along, and thank you for your support. And existing subscribers, well, you know you're awesome because I tell you every week. So there you go. I'll see you again soon. And until then, my friends, you take it easy, keep it retro, and as always, it's bye for now. Ta-da!